It's 6:20, which means it's time to take a look at your money. For many people, gold and silver and other precious metals are typically associated with jewelry and other high-end luxury items. But for decades, individuals around the world have used precious metals as a form of investment.
In January, the price for an ounce of gold reached an all-time record high of $5,247. That's a 102% increase from the price of gold at the start of 2025. And likewise, the price of an ounce of silver rose nearly 300%.
And we've got financial advisor Mark Grywacheski joining us live to break all of that down. Good morning, Mark. How you doing?
Morning to you. Great to see both of you again. Happy Monday.
Happy Monday. Good to see you in person.
Yeah.
Yeah, why do so many investors view the gold, the silver, other precious metals as a form of investment?
Well, throughout history, we've seen, individual companies, national economies, even entire countries collapse, and those respective stocks, bonds, and currencies quickly become worthless or near worthless. So investors buy gold and silver and many other precious metals because they're seen as a constant, tangible asset that will always hold some type of value. Precious metals are viewed as a type of safe haven or a hedge against global uncertainty and the turbulence that we sometimes see in the financial markets.
Okay. So in the last year specifically, why have gold and silver prices been on the rise?
Yeah, well, look, from, January 2025 through, January, February of this year in 2026, we did see this massive surge in the price of many precious metals. Within that, 13, 14-month window of time, the price of a single ounce of gold rose 102%. The price of a single ounce of silver rose nearly 300%. Platinum up 189%. Even copper, which is more of an industrial use, the price of an ounce of copper rose 49%. Now, this surge in prices is being driven by this, almost this perfect storm of events. We're seeing growing political or geopolitical tensions around the world, especially in the Middle East. But we're also seeing this growing demand for precious metals used to supply this global build-out of artificial intelligence. Gold and silver especially are key critical components used in artificial intelligence, data centers, technology, infrastructure, microchips, but also, and kind of finally, over the last, year and a half or so, we have seen interest rates start to come down. And when interest rates do start to come down, it tends to push upward prices on gold and silver and many of those other precious metals.
Touching on a lot of connections to current events here. And what are some other things people should consider if they are trying to buy gold as an investment?
And a lot of people have been buying gold, silver, and many other precious metals. But look, we got to keep in mind that, precious metals are like many other types of investments. They can be quite volatile and see these big up and down swings in their price. This past March, literally a few weeks ago, the price of gold fell by 16%. The price of silver fell by 37%. But also investors need to realize that unlike many stocks and bonds, precious metals don't pay a dividend, they don't pay interest payments. So, if you're kind of relying on a steady stream of dividends and interest payments to kind of help subsidize your retirement or maybe pay some income and living expenses, precious metals just don't provide that steady income stream.
It's astounding to see those rising prices, the graphic that you showed us there.
Oh, absolutely crazy. Again, within the 13, 14-month window, 102, nearly a 300% gain. Again, just for a single ounce.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Tells a lot. All right. Thank you so much, Mark.
Yes, thank you so much for joining us. Always a pleasure to have you here with us in studio and when you come virtually as well.
Great to see you both again.
See you on Monday.